Listen up. The spears in that pit were coated in tar. Well, all except the one that ingeniously marked our beloved thief's head. Giggles spread from all but Geoffrey. "Quiet," Thomas scolded. "The spear that his head encountered is a relatively fresh-cut sapling. We're not alone down here." And that was when the spider attacked. The behemoth was gray and brown, hairy and terrifying. Its first act was to slam its two front legs into the smith's back, which sent Thomas flying head first into a low ceiling above where the passageway leading to the pit began. Thomas was out cold the minute his head hit the stone ceiling. The eight-legged monster left no time to attend to the smith. Its 6 gigantic eyes reflecting back their torchlight, the spider lunged at Siegfried, the closest companion. Paralyzed with fear, Siegfried, Haley, and Geoffrey stood helplessly as the action unfolded. Unfortunately for the spider, an enraged Sully acted quicker. His father had called it the Berserker's Rage. Of course, military designations or the warnings of one's sire in the heat of battle meant nothing, especially to Sully. "Bite this, bastard!" Sully screamed as he drove his sword and body into the spider's side, forcing the two combatants against the passageway wall. The sword bit deep. Blood seeped out of the wound immediately after the arachnid pushed Sully away, the fighter maintaining a rock-solid grasp of his sword. The spider again turned to Siegfried, but the wizard was ready. His hands coated in spell reagents, Siegfried sang out the spell, minus one word required for casting. The spider within a few feet of Siegfried, both monster and wizard, were impacted by the botched summoning of magic. Lightning seared at Siegfried's hands and into the spider's head, severely burning the former while dazing the latter. Sully returned seconds later, his sword slicing into the spider's torso, his rage intensified 1,000-fold. In that rage, Sully slashed through the spider's hide, inflicting several critical wounds, which left the monster unable to mount any defense. Again and again, sword hammered into the enemy, while blood splattered through the air, coating both Sully and his enemy. "Sully!" Geoffrey exclaimed, trying to jar the fighter from his assault, but the fighter kept cutting into the beast. "Sully!" Sully stopped mid-swing, his breath labored and his eyes focused on the carcass before him. "It's over, Sully," Geoffrey said, his voice quiet. Sully looked at his friend before turning his gaze back to the spider. The monster's legs twitched a little while guilt about his rage consumed Sully. With one slice through the spider's head, its brain the fighter's target, the monster's form went rigid as what life remaining seeped out into the gathering pools of blood.